Everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Grue Room. And for the Grue Room today, we got a very special guest, a great actress, Jen Gardiner. I am Rocco Cross. I am the host at Stutters. I am the host of the Grue Room, and my interview with Jen will be coming up real soon. And it's going to be a fun time. And I'm looking forward to talk talking to her and asking her questions about her acting and everything. Okay, she just joined the room. All we have to do is hit the request to go live button and we should be good. There we go. Just give us a minute for the internet to connect and everything should be pretty good.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How about you?
Good. I always have to adjust because my it's cut off. It's like it's fine until you go to two people, then it's like Instagram didn't think of that. So
I know. You're absolutely right about that. It's crazy, isn't it?
yeah. So congrats on getting your vaccine today.
Yes. Today was my very first shot. I held it off for so long because I was one of those people that just kept going online and looking up what the side effects are and the long-term effects and how it does damage to your body and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm not getting it. I'm scared. And then I was like, you know what? I want to go to concerts. I want to go to bars. I have to get it.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's this funny thing on the radio today. I don't know if it's really funny because technically fraud. But it was just funny that these parents around, I think they're in like the US or Canada, I don't know, but they faked getting the vaccine. So they did all their paperwork out, but what got them caught was that they presented paperwork for their 3 and 4-year-old, which if you research the vaccine, you know that anybody under the age of 12 can't get it. So that's what got them caught.
Oh my God.
They were on their way to Hawaii, so that they presented their paperwork, and then yeah, they got caught because they presented vaccine paperwork for 3 and 4-year-olds. Yeah.
Well, it's crazy. I've been seeing that there's a lot of people like how when you're 16 and 17, you make a fake IED to get into a bar. Like they're doing it with the card now for COVID.
Yeah.
For the COVID shot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna be getting some vaccine passports. I didn't that bad. Like I had like a minor headache for a little bit, and then it went away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to put the jinx on myself or nothing, but so far it's it's yeah, fingers crossed.
My cousin was really sick from it, but I had basically nothing. So my parents didn't have like literally anything. So I guess it depends on the person. So.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping everything stays pretty good.
Vaccine knowledge, those of you who didn't really need it. You're not we are not giving medical advice.
Like the first question I wanted to ask you is before you got into film,
Yeah.
you did a lot of other things before that, like making cakes and everything. Like you've done a lot.
Yeah, actually, it's funny because I had no inkling of ever wanting to be an actor. I mean, like, I did like your standard musicals and like plays in like grade school and high school, but I had really wanted to be a neonatal surgeon, which is the doctors that work on the babies and the mummies' tummies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I tortured myself in school with like advanced calculus and like chemistry and stuff. I love biology, so that wasn't really torture, but I ended up getting pregnant at the age of 19, had my first baby when I was 20, and while I was on mat leave, I decided to take a cake decorating course with my mom because I was bored. So that ended up turning into a career. So the doctor thing took a back seat, but you know when you go like your whole life, and you're like, okay, this is what I meant to do, and then like there's always like this hole, right? So on the side of my cake business, because the thing I'd been wanting to do for like how many years didn't happen, I kept trying new things. So I taught Red Cross, PSW Red Cross. I was a waitress. I was a pastry chef. Like you name it, I really tried it. I've been like a assistant. I've built websites. I've done marketing, like et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, until I hit acting. And the acting actually came about through the cake business. So that was kind of
Really?
like, yeah, like a full circle thing. I ended up with a monthly teaching segment on Rogers TV, which was like our local TV station here. And at the end of that show, when it ended, the producer knew that I had like doing like musicals and stuff in high school and knew of this show that was looking for actors in Hamilton. So I went and I got coached for that audition. I ended up booking that role, which is actually a show we're starting to film this fall. And yeah, 3 years in the making because of COVID. Thanks, COVID. And then the director producer liked my audition so much they asked me to audition for the lead for his other show, which is actually the show coming out next year, Chronicles of the Blood. I didn't book the lead, but I did book another principal role, Madwena, and I actually really love that character. So it actually worked out. And I took off from there. So I started taking acting courses, and here I am.
Wow, okay.
It's been a journey. When people ask me what I do, it's like, I am an entrepreneur. That kind of sums up a lot of it.
Definitely, yeah.
Your cake artist, I'm still actually doing cakes. Like now that COVID is like sort of calming down, I don't want to jinx it. I'm knocking on wood. I'm starting to get cake orders again. But I eventually want to like phase all that out because it's actually really hard on your wrist. I don't know if anybody can see that lovely scar. I've already had surgery.
Oh.
Yeah, it's you don't think of it when you start cake decorating that it's actually going to take a toll on your body, but it's actually really hard on your wrists. So yeah, for those of you who don't know,
Wow.
if you become a professional cake artist, make sure you have good physiotherapists in your life.
My younger cousin Billy Rock has joined the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy Rock is the one writing stuff in there.
I saw a couple people I know too. Hey, what's done? Hey. So people are joining from my clan. Yeah, that's 80. I'm here and I'm loving it. It's been a bit of slow lately, but it's productions keep getting pushed off due to COVID. Hopefully they can gear up. I do a lot of stuff, so they have to do what they have to do to keep going, right? So
Right, exactly. and I also heard like you're big into sports and you even played sports in school, right?
Oh yeah. Soccer was my main thing. Soccer, like, okay, for those of you who have ever played girls soccer, okay, holy crap, are girls vicious. I ended up with a broken sternum, so like the center bone between my ribs playing soccer. I got checked into a goalpost from one of the girls. I was like 13.
What?
Yeah, and I had to go for physiotherapy for that. I dislocated my shoulder playing soccer from another girl. Our final game of the season, the last year I played, one of the girls on the other team really wanted to win the playoffs in Owen Sound, and she body checked me again, and I ended up rolling my ankle, couldn't finish the game. Girls are really vicious playing sports.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
You sure this wasn't hockey?
I was never in hockey. Yeah.
I mean, this sounds like something that happens in hockey.
Yeah, usually there isn't body checking in soccer, but teenage girls, you know, hormones flying, you got a little vicious. Jen ended up with a bunch of injuries. Yeah, so but that was my soccer days. I haven't played soccer since like in a team setting since like high school. But yeah, I love playing soccer all through elementary and through high school. So yeah.
Well, yeah. After all that stuff happened to you, I don't blame you for not wanting to play again.
But it's not my weirdest injury. Okay, my weirdest injury is actually and I ended up falling off. I created when I was like 3 or 4 at a hospital, and they didn't notice until I actually got home from the hospital that I had broken my arm, had to drive me back into the hospital.
Oh my God.
Right? It's pretty. Kev says, do professional footballers make a rollover when fouled? I don't know exactly what that means, but make a rollover. Like get them back? You'd have to elaborate, Kev. I don't know what you mean. I was in no shape to get anybody back.
And you also did training with martial arts and firearms for your stunts and your films, right?
I did. So I fell in love with Taekwondo due to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because Sarah Michelle Gellar has a black belt in Taekwondo. My son's here. Hello. He escaped daddy. So I started taking Taekwondo because of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I really loved it. Yeah, and I got my kids into it too. They really liked it. And when I got into acting, I decided I really wanted to do like on-screen combat stuff. So I actually have probably more on-screen combat training than I do acting training. I really want to do action.
Well, you could be the next big
right?
action star, like Angelina Jolie. Like you could do like what she did.
Yeah, Halle Berry, even the training she did for John Wick 3 was crazy watching that video. Or even watching Heidi Moneymaker, all the stuff that she had to train for Black Widow, and Renee Moneymaker for the stuff that she had to do to train for Captain Marvel. Like, the amount of time and effort and skill that goes into this stuff is crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
If you guys have any chance, there's like there's a new like half-hour video that just came out with the Moneymaker sisters that goes through like all like the Black Widow training. I believe it was like a special that aired on HBO, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. Yeah. My daughter's trying to wake my son from the room. If you hear kids fighting in the background, okay, this is real live, people. This is like at home lives.
So when you do the fighting and all that, like are you doing your own stunts? Do you have a stunt double?
I don't have a stunt double. I've done up until now all of my own stunts, yeah.
Wow.
But I haven't done anything where I would need a stunt double yet. I haven't done like any crazy stunts.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the craziest thing I've done is being like flipped over somebody's shoulder onto my back onto the ground. Yeah, which luckily there was a mat and it didn't hurt that bad. But the majority of this stuff is just like facial punches, basic kicks, and like gun stuff. Yeah, and then I've gotten the chance, which was pretty fun, to actually coordinate stunts for movies and stuff on a lower scale. So that was pretty fun too. Yeah. Yeah. So, would you say, oh, you know, I taught people how to hang other people? Whatever. It's just a whole day at work.
now, do you have to do like special training for stunt work too, or?
So like you can take boxing, you can take martial arts, and like jiu-jitsu, like all that stuff helps. But when you go to actually do it for camera, you're just going to do a right hook in real life. You'd be doing this, right? But a right hook in on-screen combat, you're actually coming across like this to sell it for camera, and you have to move your arm to the other side of somebody's face to sell it for camera like you hit them. And then you have to count on the scene partner to actually sell the shot too, right? But the exact time that you cross their face, they have to move their head.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a lot of coordination. So practice a lot with your scene partners. And then you have to know the different camera angles on how you're selling it for the camera, because depending on the camera angle is going to depend on how you sell that shot. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that definitely sounds, you have to have, timing has to be just right, especially with everything looking at you, like the hit and everything has to be right.
Well, you can tell too, like when you watch some productions, you can tell when they haven't sold the shot because you're like, oh, that doesn't look like they actually hit that person, right? So it's a bit of an art getting the timing right and the camera angles right to actually make that look believable. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And you definitely know how to do it because you've been in a lot of
You can
action stuff.
when my stuff comes out, please let me know if I sold that right.
Okay. So, what was like the very first role you ever did?
So that would be Chronicles of the Blood, and that's coming out in 2022 sometime. I don't know exact dates due to COVID and all the
Mhm.
pushed off. So sometime in 2022 they'll be released. I'm really excited about that. But that was like my first major production with a lead role, and I'm really excited to share it with the world. And I can't tell you a whole lot about it, but the trailers are on my profile if you want to check out the trailers.
Awesome. Nice. Nice. And I saw you did a lot of television shows too. Like out of all the television shows you did and all the guest stars that you had on it, like which show did you have the most fun with?
Oh, I I honestly had, I don't know, because I don't want to pinpoint. Okay, there was like some really fun moments in every show. Like one that stood out for me, on the one I played a detective on. So the director wanted to loosen people up. Okay, really fun director. Like I've never worked with a director like him before. So fun. Okay, like jokes constantly making everyone on the set have fun, making sure they're having fun. Okay, so to loosen everybody up, we were in the precinct filming the scene, and he's like, everybody pretend you're on a really rocky boat. So you have this footage of us like going back and forth, like bumping into chairs and desks and each other, just like walk, pretending we're like really rocky boat. And it was just funny, yeah, because it was like a really intense. That was a really, yeah.
Okay. I saw one of the questions. Someone asked if you
Ever accidentally hit?
accidentally hit someone.
No, but somebody has accidentally hit me.
No. Oh no, that's horrible.
Yeah, I've been stabbed in the leg by a fake knife by accident. So I got some scratches from that, and then I ended up getting hit in the nose by accident. But yeah, it's okay. You shake it off, and the reactions are real from camera. Oh, on
I'm sure.
the one movie I did, the guy hadn't heard the instruction properly, and he was supposed to. So he had me like this in his arms, like I was laying across his arms like this, and he was supposed to drop me onto the floor. But the director wanted him to go halfway down, pause for camera, and then they were going to put a mat underneath to drop me the rest of the way, and he didn't hear that. So he actually went around the floor onto the concrete floor. I'm like, oh! But the reaction was real for camera.
Oh my God, yes. Well, when you really get hurt, the reactions are good for the camera.
Yeah, and he stuck in sometimes, but again, it was real. I didn't end up getting like really hurt, but it was just funny because luckily they weren't filming the other actors because all you saw was the other actors just go, oh, instead of giggling at the fight like they were supposed to do.
Oh my God.
It happens, and you just have to roll with it. So.
One of the roles you did that a lot of people know you for, I don't know if I'm going to say it right, Madwena, is it?
Madwena, yeah. So that's,
okay, good, I said it right.
so that's the Chronicles of the Blood. It's based in, I believe, 1380 Scotland. And yeah, she's a picture queen, which is funny because I have so many emails like, you spelled pict wrong on your website. I'm like, no, it's not supposed to be picture. It's pict queen. Like, think Keira Knightley in like really cool outfits. Okay?
Oh my God.
It's like an old Scottish warrior type claim, right? So I played queen in that, and my husband, Johnny Gauthier, 6'5". Yeah, you might have seen him around. He plays my husband. He's Neshton. There's a trailer out of the two of us on my profile. It's the Neshtin trailer, where you can see a couple more shots of us together. But it was funny because he was so tall for the one scene. They actually had to cheat me up on an apple box so that I would be in frame with him.
Oh my God.
I mean, he's 6'5". That you don't see from like the angle like you're watching on TV, right? But things that happen behind. I can't explain either because it's not here yet. But yeah.
Okay.
I can't give you any more details than that, people. I'm sorry, I'll get in trouble.
Exactly. What did you love most about filming the I Terrorist short?
We haven't filmed. I just lost my
Oh.
voice. We haven't filmed I Terrorist yet, unfortunately, because of COVID. We're starting
Oh, damn.
September, but I'm excited about my role as Isabella. She's like an assassin slash spy, so it'll be fun to play that type of character. Yeah.
Nice, nice. And you talked earlier, taste of blood. You say you're not allowed to talk too much about that, right?
Give you the stuff that's online. So the Taste of Blood is the sequel to The Sanctuary. The Sanctuary, if you haven't seen it yet, highly recommend it. I'm not in it, but it's a really good movie. It's won over 60 awards now. It actually just picked up a couple more awards this week. So if you haven't seen The Sanctuary yet, I believe it's streaming on Hollywood Suite in Canada, and I believe you can get it on not IMDb, Amazon in the States and worldwide. If you go to thesanctuary.com, I believe is the website, or it's either sanctuary.com or sanctuarymovie.com. If you just Google Sanctuary Movie, it'll come up, and you can even buy the DVD or rent it to watch. Really good movie. The same two main actors in that are in The Taste of Blood, so it's the sequel. It's happening like years later, and I can't give you a whole lot of use. What am I allowed to give you? Let me check here. Okay. So an aged private detective searches for a family thought to be cannibals in the 20th century. Descendants from an old Scottish family from the 16th century. That's what I'm allowed to give you. It's out October 21 of this year. So, yeah. Then
Okay.
Then you can have me back on and I can give you more details.
Definitely, yes, definitely. And you also have a podcast too,
Mhm.
Coffee Chat, right?
Yeah, so, Megan's here. Megan was in that movie too.
Oh, nice.
So Coffee Chat just kind of came out of the blue. I was looking for a way to help promote some amazing people that I know, and I was talking to my best friend. I'm like, I should start like an Instagram live series. And I'm thinking in my head, nobody's gonna want to talk to me. Like, Leanne, can you come on for my first episode just so I have somebody that comes on my Coffee Chat? And then I ended up booking like 21 other people, and then I already have guests lined up for season 2 that's coming this winter. So it's been,
I loved it.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I try and figure out ways of like purposing my content to get people more exposure. That's still like it's always like a process trying to figure it out. Yes, I'm Canadian. I said process, people. It's not a process. There is no A. It's a process. Unless I'm having to do an American accent, and then it's a process. There's so much debate in a few of my chats and a few of Ramblings episodes of the whole American accent thing, the sorries and the processes and the abouts.
Oh my God, nice.
It's funny because I was doing an audition and I let an about slip, and they're like, "Oh, you're Canadian." I'm like, "Oh, my Canadian." It's like I can do it. I promise. It just slipped. Casting directors, if you're watching this, I swear I can do an American accent. It was just that one time it slipped out. But it's just fun that people can actually pick up on that, right? From a Canadian,
I know, it's crazy.
These words have O's in them, people. Okay? Like, there's a whole bunch of Canadians here. Like, please agree with me. The words have O's, okay? It's a pro, okay? It's sorry. And it's about.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done with my Canadian rant.
Okay. And like my show deals a lot with like horror films, and when I have a guest on, I always ask them this: do you like horror? And if you do, what are some horror films you like to watch?
Okay, so this is like a catch-22 for me because I was more into horror as a teenager. Like, oh, this is cool. I like being scared. And then like you grow into an adult, and then you have like the remote, and you're like fast forwarding through the like really scary parts. Like, okay, that wasn't so bad. And like you rewind it, and then you watch it because you've already seen what's gonna happen. It's like, okay, I'm good. Okay, but I feel like I'm better watching the ones that I've been in because I know what's gonna happen. So like, oh, I know how they did that. It's fine. But if you're like watching ones that you haven't been in, or you don't really know how they're doing the thing, it's like, oh my god, okay, no, thank you, nightmares. So it's like I grew up in the time where like Blair Witch Project came out. Like that one like creeped me right out for like so long. Scream wasn't really that creepy. Like it came.
No, it wasn't.
I was in high school when all the Screams came out. Like they were like kind of scary, but they weren't like I'm gonna go hide under my cover scary, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, but there's been other, I can't like think off the top of my head which ones I watched in high school, but I watched more in high school. But my husband's big into horror, and he's always trying to talk me into watching them, and I'm like,
Oh, sweet.
I'm just gonna watch it when he's not around, fast forward through everything. Lord, what's gonna happen? Then watch it later. Because I have an imagination, so then I have nightmares about it.
Yeah, exactly. No, not everyone could watch horror films. Like,
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of people that get scared and then they can't sleep at night.
Well, it's like, you know, like that meme where it's like, I was totally fine until I was alone, but I don't feel alone anymore because I've talked myself thinking that something horrible is going to happen. If you feel alone, just like watch a horror movie. You won't feel it anymore.
That's true. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Or anything ghost. Oh my gosh, there was like this one audition for a ghost TV show that I was gonna do, and just reading the script, it was like creeping me out.
Oh my God.
Because I had to play the ghost, and I'm like, this is literally creeping me out. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this because like these are like supposed to be like real haunted stories. And then on the way to the audition, my car actually broke down. I ended up not even being able to get to the audition. I'm like, this has gotta be a sign. And I'm roll.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, my car like started like shaking and like flashing on like the expressway. I'm like, okay, I call my agent. Like, I can't go to this audition. Like my car's not working.
They were probably like, what? Really?
The universe is like trying to tell me like, no, Jen, no. Somebody says I've done that too. Watched a horror movie when you're home alone? Yeah.
Right. And like, what about songs? Like, what kind of songs do you like? What's on your playlist?
I have a mix. Like, I've never been like one set genre. It depends on my mood. Like, if it's like a sunny day and you just want to chill out, I might throw some like country on. But I have like a mix of like rock and roll, country, pop. There's some jazz on there. What else do I have in there? R&B. There's a few rap songs in there. Like, I don't really have like one set genre I'm really pulled to. But it's like that since I was a kid. Like, I grew up on like 80s rock, pop music.
Mhm.
Like Eminem came out when I was in high school. The Spice Girls, the Backstreet Boys. Like, that's the era I grew up in. I'm still really big into the 80s though. Like, I love 80s music. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
an 80s themed 30th birthday party is pretty cool. I'm not.
Awesome. Hey, you know, that's like the era I love too for music. 80s, like I could listen to that all day long.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just funny. The year I was born, Michael Jackson Thriller came out. So I'm like,
Nice.
in my favor. Like, I'm cool because of Michael Jackson. And there's a book after my year too that people read in school, 1984.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 1984 was the year to be born, people. I had one on my 30th as well. Yeah, cool. 80s themed is so cool to have for your 30th birthday, I feel. Yeah,
Right, exactly.
Yeah, as long as you get like the 80s like outfit too, right? Yeah.
You know, the big hair and everything, and
Yeah, like the bright colors, and yeah. I hate it when you can't get a song out of your head. Oh yeah, that happens.
yes, exactly. That's the worst.
Yeah, that's what it repeats until you
Yes.
think of that song.
You know, you're in work or wherever, a supermarket, and you keep humming it, and people turn around looking at you like you're nuts.
Oh my gosh. It was so funny because Tyler, who was here earlier, who Mackenzie evicted, I was practicing singing last night because I wanted to add singing clips to like my acting profiles and stuff. So Tyler, I guess, didn't like my singing. He's like, "Mommy, shh." I was like, "Oh, so on video, I've got Tyler going, shh, mommy, no singing."
Oh my God.
It's really funny. It's more funny when he does it. I might be sharing it on social media just so people can see. It was hilarious, and I was laughing so hard I couldn't finish singing. Because that's it. Yeah. Honestly, if you have a song stuck in your head, just hit like on like, Apple or Spotify or whatever you use to listen to music, and eventually you'll be like, "I'm so sick of this song. I don't want to hear it."
And what about video games and stuff? Do you like video games or board games or anything?
Like I used to, as a kid, play Nintendo and Sega. Yeah, like the duck hunting game, Mario, Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
As an adult, I get roped into playing video games when my kids don't know how to do something. It's like, but I don't know how to do it either. So I have to sit there and figure it out. So I've gotten really good at learning how to play Avengers. Because my 4-year-old really likes that game. And he can't read all the know how to do everything. He's getting really good at it though, but some stuff I still have to help him. So I've become very well versed in the Avengers. There's like Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption.
Oh yeah.
Played that one. I played Call of Duty and GTA, not by choice. I got roped into it. People didn't know what to do. Yeah, I don't mind the Avengers one. I'm like, that one's pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah, you learn as you go. But like, they're more complicated now. They have like way more buttons and more like.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, Nintendo's and the Segas. Like, if you didn't grow up in that area, you don't.
Yeah, the buttons have gotten to be a lot.
Yeah, there's like I think there's like 13 buttons on the PS4 remote. Like, why do I need 13 buttons? But I had to Google what button did what. So I'm like, I have no idea. And I'm technology. Like I'm the person that people go to for computer stuff. Like, but I can't PS4. I didn't even know how to change profiles. I'm like Googling, like, how do you change profiles? Because my 4-year-old kept kicking my 13-year-old out of his game on the other PS4. That. So I'm like, okay, finally figured out how to change profiles, but Tyler stops Googling this out. Now I have to figure out how to use the rest of this remote.
Oh my God.
But all the things that you learn and that you can resume. Professional PS4 controller operator, people, okay?
And what about television shows? Are you currently binge watching any show?
Yeah, actually, I ended up binge watching Rookie Blue 2 weeks ago. I ended up with a concussion because I was in a hurry and wasn't paying attention and opened my car door really fast and went whack! And ended up with a goose egg on my head, half the size of my forehead.
Oh, no.
So I was told to take it easy, and I had never seen Rookie Blue, and I really wanted it on like TV crime dramas and stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna watch some TV crime dramas, like see if anything sticks out, even though Rookie Blue isn't airing anymore. And I got addicted and ended up watching all. One of my favorite characters on there, Sam Swartz, Ben Bass plays. He's a Canadian American actor. He's
Nice.
super funny. That facetious, sarcastic type of humor. Google stuff. That's what I watched. What else did I binge watch? I can't remember. I was concussed. That's the only show I remember, people.
Okay, okay.
That's to the point where I was like having issues remembering. Yeah, once.
Is there anything coming out that you want to like push or plug or anything? Like anything you're allowed to talk about or something? Or
So the Taste of Blood, of course. Make sure to check that out this October. I don't know the exact date in October that it's coming out, but it will be on Hollywood Suite. It's going to have a worldwide theatrical release. So that's this October. Chronicles of the Blood, I don't have an exact date on that, but that will be coming out sometime next year. So keep an eye out for that too. I have a couple other projects in the works, but I just don't have dates for them yet. So those are the two I'll leave it with for now.
okay. Well, when Taste of Blood comes out, I definitely would love to have you back on the show, and we'll talk about the film.
Yeah, for sure. And if like I can maybe see like Megan, I don't know if she's still here. Maybe Megan will want to come on too.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And then we can talk to some of the other cast, see if they want to come on, because I think you can have up to 4 people now on a live. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we can do that. We can. Then we'll be able to like once it's released, I'm like, okay, now I can talk about it.
Nice.
Yeah, but there from Daryl Marks. If you check out his profile, there's some behind the scenes from that film. There's like 1 or 2 behind the scenes on my profile from it. I wasn't there a ton of days for the filming.
Okay.
So I only posted like a couple photos, but you can also check out behind the scenes on the Taste of Blood page on Facebook. They haven't really posted a lot on Instagram, but if you go onto Facebook, if you have Facebook, there's a bunch of behind the scenes Taste of Blood photos on their Facebook page. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And that was like the next question I was going to ask you is where can fans find you at, like with your pages and stuff?
I'm everywhere, people. I'm stalking you. Twitter, I'm figuring out Twitter. If you know how to use Twitter, come find me at Real Jen Gardiner and help me figure Twitter out. It's still a mystery to me. I don't get it. I'm a visual person. I don't understand this like 260 character limit thing trying to express my thoughts. Anyways, so Instagram and Twitter are my main ones. I do have profiles on the other ones, but I'm not really active on them. I started TikTok and kind of gave up on it. I'm not meant for TikTok. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel. Facebook, I do have a page. I used to be super active on Facebook, not so much anymore, but I do have a page there. You can go check out all my previous stuff if you want to. And my website, jengardiner.com. Usually I'm pretty good at updating that with any upcoming trailers, any upcoming projects, past interviews. There's a contact page too if you want to reach out. So.
Awesome.
So I wasn't lying in fact that I'm everywhere, but I'm not stalking you.
Awesome. Well, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for taking time out and coming on the show.
Oh, no.
And definitely gonna have you back when the movie's out.
Yeah, for sure. I would love that. They're hopefully doing a red carpet premiere, so if they do, I will let everyone know. It's of course COVID pending, but if not, it will be a worldwide theatrical release. So yeah.
Sweet. Nice. Well, definitely have a good night and good weekend. And someone said that went too fast.
Thanks both. This has been brilliant. Great show. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
For the weekend, people. I have children. Yeah, thanks so much for having me on. This has been really fun. Great start to a Friday evening. If anybody has any cues afterwards, tag me in the comments and I will do my best to answer them.
Sweet. All right. Thank you again, and have a good weekend. Have fun with your kids, and
Bye, everybody. Bye, Rocco.
bye. Thanks.